not sure. I think it's not ready yet. Is it going? There we are. Hello, everyone. Today's training, I'm going to talk about how to get your big idea, how to find and match your expertise and your skills to a profitable business, right? That's the key. So you're here because you probably want to start a business online, or maybe you have already, and you're not really sure what's the best way to go about this, right? You're chasing some ideas, lots of things sound good. It's awesome being an entrepreneur, right? Because you get a lot of ideas spinning, but it's a great place to be. But you really need to start to sort things out, right? And find out, which things make the most sense for you. So that's what we're going to talk about. We don't want you to just keep chasing ideas for the sake of it. You want to focus and start making some money. So the first thing that you want to do when you're looking at yourself and your market and your business in order to be able to find, your hot idea, your first hot idea, is to kind of not look at the whole ocean of things, like not everything that you could possibly be doing, but you want to be able to find like which wave makes the most sense for you at this point, right? What's that, first wave? So you do want to start with one thing. You want to start with one problem out there that you can solve for one, subset of people. So I don't want to say a small audience or a small product or service because I don't mean little. I actually mean small in the way of like super, super specific. In marketing, we say like a niche market. So it's got to be something like a really tight, small solution that out of a bigger problem, right? The ocean is the real big problem because you need to be able to sell them other things down the road. So the problem that you're solving also has to be big enough. So let's talk about that, okay? Um, the first thing that you want to do is trying to figure out, where you're at and what you like to do. And I'm going to give you a couple little quick, story ideas. Let's just say you make pizza, right? And you love to make pizza. Well, that's going to be kind of hard to do in general. We're not talking about online, obviously. But, trying to just do pizza, that's going to be hard. Everybody's doing pizza. There's pizza on every corner, right? So you wanted to be able to figure out a way to distinguish yourself. So maybe you do like cauliflower crust pizza, right? But then you have also two audiences with that because you could just be doing it for healthy people that want pizza, or you could be doing it for people with allergies. And they're two very, very different audiences, right? And a similar kind of thing like, um, with weight loss. There's lots of different ways to be able to talk about weight loss. And maybe you have a different angle, or maybe you're a dietitian and you've got more expertise than somebody else, but still you really need to talk to a very specific, small wave. So maybe you would want to do something more like, converting to keto or, something like that. And then kind of the last example I give is like if you are, selling houses, there's so many such a variety of that in being a realtor, for example, right? So if you're trying to find people online for, selling homes, it could be apartment homes, or it could be mansions, or it could be multiple family homes. I mean, it's such a variety. So those are the kind of slivers of things that you're looking for, right? So one thing that you want to do, the next step, is to realize that finding the right business idea, your hot idea, is not entirely about you, right? It's about who you can serve. So you kind of want to go past just the things that you like and the things that you're good at. And I know that's a little bit like, anti the popular, right? The thing is, do what you love and, just find your why. And those are all great, and there's definitely some value to that kind of advice. But from the strict, business and marketing standpoint, you're still going to need to back that into, a real foundation of long-term success. And you're not going to do that by just, willpower and the things that you're into. So I'm sure you came to this training and others, that you've already brainstormed some ideas. So if you haven't, and you're not on live, definitely stop this video and start brainstorming and just think of the things that you like to do, that you think you're good at, the things that people ask you for the most. That's what they're thinking of you about. And it may not even be one of the things that you necessarily think is your primary skill, but you find yourself that people come to you asking for these things all the time. People ask me constantly for recommendations for um, food, excuse me, food, directions, things like that, traveling. I mean, I'm great at that and I enjoy it, but that's not something that I'd be building my business model about. So you need to think that through. And after you've done your brainstorming, now you're coming to the table, right, with something that starts to make sense for you. But this is the things that you're thinking about, right? You need to think about the things that your buyers are thinking about. And I kind of look at that by a three circle concept. You've seen this in probably different ways. This is the way that I like to describe it. So let's go over this. And I actually have a worksheet for you. So if you want to do the work on this yourself later, make sure I have your email address later, okay? Hopefully this is looking okay for you. All right. The first part is your capabilities. So you want to take a look at the things that you're good at. This is like your skills, your expertise, your capabilities. This is your, everything, your schooling, things that you've been trained for, past jobs that you've had. So that's your physical like talents, okay? That's the capability area. The next area is your cause. I'm calling it your cause. It could be things like your passion, your interests, the things that you just love to do, right? The things that really like jive you and get your heart pumping. Those are the things that would be a cause. Well, if you only have your capabilities and your cause, and you don't know whether you can make any money at any of it, then you really have what? A hobby, right? Not really a hot idea at this point. So you need to see, how you find where they all intersect. Another area is you have things that you're very good at, that you're capable for. Maybe you've been trained for it and you know that it can make you money, but it just does not float your boat, right? It just does not float your boat. Then you're not going to have the commitment level long term to be able to make a business model out of this. So you really need to be able to find your sweet spot in the middle of where your capabilities will match your cause and you can make cash out of it. That's the sweet spot for your hot idea. All right, so let's see how that kind of, makes sense for you. I'm skipping through my notes. The other piece that you want after you figure these three pieces out, and remember I've got that worksheet for you if you like, or you can just, take notes on the three elements, is that you actually need something called commitment. And that's like the fourth one to my little circles. The commitment is that you can see yourself doing this long term. All right, that you've identified something, you've identified your wave within the big ocean, right? That this is something that you know that you can keep going with. That once you solve this first problem for your client or your customer, you can move on to the next thing. And there's more to do and more to grow, and that you can really see that you can change lives this way. So you need it to be something that your big idea needs to be something that you know you're going to be able to stick with for a while. Okay, it doesn't have to be your forever idea, but definitely something that you can stick with for a while because you're going to want to be making money off of this wave for a while, especially if you're going to create a digital product around it, or create services and then wrap a digital product bundle together. The next big step, and really your last step in coming up with the idea, like a good workable hot idea, is to really validate it. Okay, everything that we talked about so far, like the three circle concept, are things that you think in your head are going to work. Now you need to take that out to the market and really validate it. And the way that you're going to do that is coming up with the keywords that relate to, your hot idea. What are the words that you think about? And then you need to really dig in, okay? Don't just use what's in your head and what you're thinking. So go to the search engines and see what defaults, right? What input defaults. Those are the ones that are popular. You can use keyword tools if you want. I've got a whole worksheet on that kind of thing. Let me know. Put keyword down below wherever you're watching this video, and I'll get you the keyword document. But there are tools out there that can help you with keyword planning. We're not going into that now, but I'm just giving you the flavor of how to go about this. Right? Keyword research is going to be absolutely crucial. Go into groups of people and see if you can see what they're up to. What are the trends going? Are you matching some of the things that are happening there? And maybe take some polls or ask questions in your own group if you have a group to be testing these kinds of things. A really good place to do some research is actually on Amazon. See what's selling, right? And I don't mean just products. There's lots of books, there's templates and checklists and all kinds of things right now. So if you use a large search engine like that, that will be really helpful because then you'll know what people are buying, not just what people are interested in. You need to be able to have a hot idea. Remember the cash? You need to have a hot idea that people are actually spending money on right now. So that's one way to do it, right? If you just use Google and you just use YouTube, for example, you're going to find people places rather where people are researching, but you don't know that they're actually like buying and making decisions and putting their dollars behind that idea. Okay? And the last piece of advice is that you need to find something that you are just going to do that's easy enough for you to do right now. If, for example, you come up with an idea and you realize you probably need some further education for that idea, may not be a good first effort, right? You may want to have a first idea and a first wave and then build on that later on. Because right now what we're talking about is a hot idea you can make some money on quickly. That's our point today. So make sure that it's something that you don't need a lot of huge financial investment if you're not prepared for that. So think about how that might work for you, okay? And keep writing down your ideas. These are not things that are just, a one-shot place. So I'm going to leave you with your idea because that's what you want to do. You want to come up with your hot idea and then you kind of want to put it aside. Let the idea kind of, brew a little bit for you. See if it's just as hot the next day. See if you find yourself thinking about this hot idea as you drive or, to go take a walk. I mean, is it still coming? Are you not letting go of this idea? Then you have something hot happening. So that's what I want to leave you with. Don't forget to leave, the word either keyword for that research document. I'd be happy to pass that on. And also worksheet. If you put the word worksheet down there, I will make sure that you get the worksheet to build on the 3-circle concept for yourself. And don't forget to do any of that because I really love to be in touch. And I want to hear about your hot idea. So let me know in the group now, what you come up with at some point, or if you want any feedback or advice, this is the place for that. And I can't wait to hear about your hot idea and what you come up with. So have a great day.